What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Another episode of us brothers geeking out about the pop culture world and all the news and share all the news that we found this week. As usual, guys, please check the description. If you want to get straight to the Geek Out news, check the description. The timestamp will be there. I always pull it as the first line saying Geek Out news starts here, and you could just click on that or it gives you the timestamp. And people, guys, we've been getting loads of love on the channel. Thank you so much. All the love out there. Show us some love. If you're not subscribed, please press that subscribe button. Press the like button to show us some love. But as always, I'm joined by Kibbs. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm working at the same time. It's been a busy one, bro. Been a busy one. Yeah, it's been a weird couple of days. I was working away last week. I had a busy weekend. Trying to get back to normal with things. We did our first screening. I did my first screening this week, which I found quite hard, but it was a good film. And just getting like Sis has joined the team, so we're just getting her introduced to everybody, people that we work with when we go to the screenings, and just meeting people there as well, which is good because her quotes have been getting shared. We did The Color Purple recently, that got shared. What else? And the Gassed Up movie that comes up, which we've been invited to the premiere to, which is next week. So it's picking up, but Sis is helping on events and doing reviews. So, and they seem to be doing well. The companies are sharing them, which is a great thing to see. I think it was Marv Films, which is Matthew Vaughn's film company, that shared one of our clips. I can't remember which one it was, but then they ended up using our clip on their page, which is always an honor to see, the work we put in that other people really enjoy as well. And studios, you know what I mean? So that's always good to see. But other than that, bro, I'm just training, work. I think I've come to the brink of expanding out there and knowing, it's always been about self-worth, I suppose, but you get comfortable, which plays a big part. But now it's come to a point where it's taking the piss, bro. So I need to buck up my courage and apply properly, start getting out there. Need to find another job that's going to be sustainable and worthwhile, not just doing it because of the sake of it, because it just takes the fun out of the day, innit? Yeah. It's not the best way to work.
If
Mentally, it's
work,
not
yeah,
good.
if it's come to that, I say that to some members of my team. I've said that in the past. If you have come to that point, I will encourage you and I will support you to leave because you don't want that every day, day in, day out. That's when things are, you don't want that, man. You don't want that kind of life. You don't want to wake up every morning feeling like the way you do. You don't want to leave work, having the evening, whatever it is, the feeling the way you do. You don't want that. It's not healthy.
No, exactly. It's not healthy, bro. It's absolute ball ache, bro. It's more of a ball ache than it is, but it's not even that. Like the reason why I'm still at my place, and I don't good. Don't get me wrong. I get to be creative. I get to work with good brands, and I've got a really good team. It's the rest of it, bro. It's the rest of the drama that comes with it, and that's always been the hard part. I think I've always been a people pleaser. It's weird to come to that realization that I am that guy. Yes, I people please. But over the past couple of years, I've learned to break out of that because, you know, don't get me wrong, I love my friends and family, but there are certain things that I don't like. So I don't go no more or do no more, which means me coming into my own way of, I know what I enjoy, why am I going to sit here for 3 hours doing something that I don't enjoy, man? Shit, man, let's not waste your time. Let's not waste my time, man. Let me just do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? But I'm finding it even more of a struggle now because, like, don't get me wrong, last week was amazing. You get to speak to people. I talk about Adobe. I talk about being creative. I'm a creative. I talk about being creative. I need to be in a creative industry. I can't be a foot soldier no more, bro. Does that make sense? Like, I've gone way past even imposter syndrome. I am who I am at work. You either accept me or you don't. I'm that guy who go into the office screaming Allah Akbar and everybody freaking out and shit. I give people more reality. I feel like, yes, I can be honest and I can be blunt now. And I don't mean to make people feel alienated. And I probably do make people feel alienated around me because of how abrupt I am now. But I was like, I've been a teenager. I'm an adult. Keep forgetting I'm not 20 no more. I'm 42. Can't be wearing no flat shoes for 3 days, man, and bust up my feet, man. I've got busted toe, bleeding nail and shit. It's butters, bro. And I'm like, how have I come to that point? But yeah, guys, like, listen, that it's like weren't meant to be on a downer, but an up because I'm training more often, so I'm feeling healthy. I'm eating better as well. We're not doing like takeaways. We're doing home cooked foods. Back on training's been good. My spin kicks are coming back. Martial arts is taking a big part of me, and then giving back to the people of Palestine as well while I'm training is probably the best thing I've ever done because people are donating, which is amazing. And thank you. Even if you don't catch me on the live, I just try to do my best. But I did bust up my foot today. Actually, I bust up. My foot was already bust up from last week because of standing for 3 days. I still went gym and worked on the bus up foot, and my foot is even more bust up now. So I didn't get to do my live kick session today at lunch when I went to the gym. So I need to give it a rest, a day or two. But I still be going in. I still do it. I still put it out there. It's the message that needs to go across. It's still heartbreaking, bro. I'm watching interviews and reading more, and I know we're gonna jump on that topic, but yeah, just I suppose now I've come to a point now where I'm doing the best I can because it's still a struggle. The UK is fucked right now, bros. Absolutely fucked, bros. We're getting stung left, right, and center, man, and it's becoming difficult because now it's coming to a point now. Like yesterday, bro, insurance. Fuck you, insurance companies, man. You really fucked up my day yesterday, man. Absolutely fucked up my day. So our insurance is due tomorrow. So I was trying to sort it out. I've been trying to sort it out for the past couple of weeks. Now we get to the point where you get a good deal, you try and pay for it online. You doesn't even let you pay for it online, like to set up a monthly direct debit to go on it, yeah, bro. And now their customer service is so shit. So the website says that if you're having issues with, because it's basically it thinks it's identity check, it didn't go through with their address. And I've tried several cards and I'm putting it through. There's fucking money on there. And then suddenly, bro, like it says, identity check, just in case, call us and we will go through it over the phone. We'll go through it over the phone now. Motherfuckers. Basically saying we can't do monthly. They want payment up front. Anyway, that's fine. But I'm trying to pay for it online because you're trying to tell me on the phone, you're going to charge me an extra £20 to process it. You fuckers ended up making the quote the same price it would have been anyway. I didn't get it cheaper, but their customer service was shit, bro. And I am not the person to be. I don't want to be the fucking guy, bro. The fucking guy. That's what I am. The fucking guy. Like, the guy was like, "I'm so sorry, sir. We don't mean for this inconvenience." And I'm like, "Man, fuck you, bro. You've just turned me into the fuck you, man." I've been on this for 3 hours, man. I've missed 3 hours of fucking work that I had to cover later on, bro, because it was such a mission, bro. Like, it's not a simple process no more. It's fucked, bro. And to be honest, bro, insurance is fucked here. Interest rates are fucked here. Everything's just gone up. Where my insurance last year was like, was it 450? Now it's like coming up to 1200.
What? Well, your car insurance?
Yeah.
Wait, how did it go from £450 to 1200? That's almost triple.
But they couldn't find a company to insure us. And I'm like, we've got no claims bonus, no issues, nothing, bro.
Fuck. But you know what's funny? Yeah, I was talking to my colleague today, and he goes to me like we're talking about moving back to the UK, all this sort of stuff. His father passed away, man. Jimmy, my love's with you, my brother. I'm with you, man. And he goes to me, I was talking about, yeah, I was speaking to dad, and I was just giving him ideas that I might, we're looking at places out here just to look. Nothing's decided. And then dad was just like, come home. Like dad was just like, come home, son. Be with us. Be here with us. Let us see you. Very emotional, obviously. So I was telling Jimmy that story. And then Jimmy goes like, what would you go back? And I'm that's family's the only reason why I would. And he goes, can you name 5 things that you hate? I think he was trying to do an experiment. He goes, can you name 5 things you hate about the UK? Thinking that I'll get stuck on 1 or 2. I was like, bro, I hate the government, hate the weather. It's not safe. It's grimy as fuck. and I would get taxed half my money immediately, right? So immediately I just came out with those, and he's like, "Oh yeah, all right, then what? Then you truly do like you truly don't like it." I was like, "It's true though. I can find you those things, and I can find negative things about Dubai. You talk about customer service, though. So last week, some guy approached me for a credit card. I was like, yeah, cool. I got one of my credit cards with him or with his friend or whatnot. So I was like, cool. Go through the process. Fuck, as usual, they want your blood, your DNA, the whole lot, right? I've given these motherfuckers everything. Everything. I even had an account with them previously, but I closed it because they scammed me basically. They tried to put me on a premium account we have to pay monthly for. And I was like, you can't. This is when I first came to Dubai. I was like, you bastards, Dubai, the land of scammers and crooks. I didn't ask for that. I just needed a normal current account for my salary to go in. But this son of a bitch opened up one of those for me without me knowing, right? So anyway, I cancelled that. I cancelled it, but they had it on record. Long story short, bro, I've given them everything, company certificate, company phone bill they were asking me for. I'm like, fuck, I don't have access to that, but I managed to get it for them. Then they kept on the last second. I went and I met this son of a bitch. I went and signed a security check. I'm not comfortable with that, but I'm like, I will sign it because I understand what it's about. All these sort of things, yeah? Then I've given them everything, and then they're like, oh, we're trying to call your company. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you need to call them? Oh, we need to call them. Can you provide it? I'm like, listen, I've given you a salary certificate. The company numbers are on that certificate. Call those numbers. Don't bother me with this. He keeps sending me some next number they found online. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, you're pissing me off now. I told the guy, enough. I became that fuck you guy. I am that fuck you guy. I told him, leave me alone. If you can go call these numbers, you go call them. Don't ask me to say, oh, no one's picking up. Don't message me anymore. If you can go get the card, go get it. If not, leave me alone. I haven't heard from the guy in a week. I was just like, fuck off. I don't need it after all the shit I've gone through. And that's just Dubai. I'm like, you have all my details. You got my blood, my DNA, and you still like, oh, I need to do this. You need that. I'm like, fuck off, man. And then yesterday
Yeah, go on.
No, yesterday I was the fuck you guy again because I went to buy Tekken 8. So I found it on Facebook Market. I'm buying it directly from a distributor and whatnot. So I got it for at least £10 cheaper. So I thought, let me do it. So I planned the day, quickly go down there, pick it up, go to training. Now the area I have to go down is an area called Dira. It is just fucking chocolate block, disgusting traffic, grimy area, all that sort of stuff. Man, this motherfucker. I told him 4:30 every day for the whole week. Like, hey, bro, Wednesday 4:30, Wednesday 4:30, Wednesday 4:30. When Wednesday comes and I say, hey, I'm leaving my house in a bit, 4:30. On the way as I'm driving, he's like, oh, can you do 4:35? I said, no, I've got an appointment. I told you. So then he's like, okay, meet me at this area. I said, yes, I'm gonna be there. I get there, the cunt's like, excuse my language, guys, I'm sorry, but the bastard's like, I'll be there in 5 to 7 minutes. I'm like, you bastard, this is a high road. I can't stop here for that long. So I had to go around, bro, the block. That going around the block was stuck in traffic for like 20 minutes, right? So the guy's calling me and I'm calling him and I'm like, I told you not to be there, man, right? And now you're putting me through this shit and I'm going to miss training now. And I did end up missing training. And I became the fuck you guys. Like, fucking cancel. Fucking cancel. I don't want your shit. Right? Obviously, I did want it, but I was angry. I was like, fucking cancel, man. Eventually, anyway, I was driving past and I'm like, hey, you bastard, are you there? Like, I was that guy. I don't want to abuse him, but the point is, like, I had it planned. If you showed up at that time, I wouldn't have been stuck in that 20 minutes. I would have been able to make it to training. And then, like one thing I should say, I started therapy. I don't think I told you.
Awesome.
I done my third session yesterday. And at the moment, I'm writing notes on things that get me angry. I'm basically we're talking about loads of different things. One of the things is about being a perfectionist, and I am that. I think I am that. And she's trying to make me recognize, there's two different types that she's trying to she wants me to categorize my stuff in is a demand. No, is it a demanding perfectionist or a striving perfectionist? So yesterday, as I was trying to, do the timetable and whatnot, get the training and all that sort of stuff, I was trying to determine, am I demanding this of me or am I striving this perfection for me. And I was demanding it. I wanted it to be that time, pick up Tekken, get to the training. I demanded that, right? Obviously, I am striving to be better in training, but I was demanding that the timetable works out. Anyway, just drove me nuts. I ended up buying Tekken, bringing it. I was like, all right, well, I can't go to training now. Maybe I'll just come home and just play the game. What happens? These games take forever to freaking download. I'm like, it downloading it says 9 hours. I'm like, what the fuck? So I leave it on, I leave it. So I'm like, I can't even play the game now, right? I leave it on rest mode. I wake up this morning, you know, do my routine in the morning, and then put the PlayStation on. Still downloading. I'm like, Ash, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, bro, these games are just huge. But anyway, guys, keep an eye out on the gaming channel while we'll be playing Tekken. We'll talk about that more later on. But yeah, no, what I was saying, I've started therapy. I
Good
finally
on you,
got the
man. Proud
courage
of
to
you, bro.
do it.
Proud of you.
I've been avoiding it for years. The missus has been telling me for years, the moment I met her, literally. And I just always avoided it. I always tried to be a hard nut about it. Nah, man, I could deal with this. I could deal with my own mental health and my own mental stress and trauma and all this sort of shit. And then shit happens, and I'm like, okay, cool. Then I contacted my HR team. They gave me a number. I'm like, cool. I took a first step. But I take a step back. I take a step back and I waited. I'm cool. I done the first step. Cool. Months go by. I don't call the number or nothing. Something happens again. Fuck it. Okay, I'll call the number. My missus is like, why don't you call the number? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just making excuses in my head. So I call the number months later. It doesn't work. My mind, my body says, oh, it's an excuse to like leave it. You know what? It didn't work. You called. At least you tried. Leave it. Right? Again, making excuses. Then months go by, shit happens again. When I say shit happens, mental, shit happens, and mental awareness stuff happens and whatnot. Then I'm like, I contact my HR team, like, guys, I know you gave me this like 6 months ago. I'm finally building the courage to call them, but it doesn't work. So then they give me a new number, and I do the same thing. I don't call it until months later and I have another episode of just anger or something. Anyway, so I called it. I done my third session this week. I have to say, man, this week, for example, I mean, look, it's definitely mental training in some perspective. And it's just great to have these conversations, I guess, with my therapist and listening to all these different perspectives of things. And she's going to help me not diagnose, that's the wrong word, but just help me understand if there's trauma, if this and that. And I was telling my missus after yesterday's session, I was like, you know what? I feel fucking great. I feel like when I'm training, exercising my body, like I know the feeling. Before I do the training, I don't want to do it. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I do it. While I'm doing it, I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to do it. This is hard work, but let's go. Then after you've done it, your body's, yes, it's a bit smashed or whatnot, but you feel fantastic. The feeling of after a workout is the best feeling in the world. It's so amazing, right? The adrenaline, the endorphins, everything's up. I actually start on my first session, felt like that with therapy. I was like, it's the exact same feeling. I'm like, listen, man, before I get on it, I'm like, I can't bother to do this. While I'm on it, it's a whole mind-boggling training and just kind of listening and observing and whatnot. After it's done, yes, the mind's wandering, but I felt fantastic. Like, I feel great. I feel great. Listen, it's just 3 sessions, I feel like I'm gonna put this part of my routine, weekly routine. So yeah, I've been doing that. I've been doing therapy, guys, man. Talk to people, man.
Good.
You know what I mean? It's so
It's
important.
important. Yeah, as you said, very important. I'm proud to say I did it as well. It's a process. It's not going to be something that's going to be a one-off thing. It's something that you put your heart into and you push it out there. But I'm glad you're doing that, bro. Happy to hear that. Really happy to hear that. And I suppose that's what's made me a bit more open to the way I am now, because what you get now is the real Kips. I'm asking people to reach out and talk. It's not easy. It's fucking hard, man. It's not easy. Then that's what I'm saying. The UK's just fucked us even more. That fucked me even more. Insurance fucked me yesterday. And it's like, you're thinking about how the fuck am I going to pay the next bill, mission, this and that, and the rest. So you're trying to put contingency plans involved to try and just fucking get back on your feet again. But anybody who's suffering in the UK, you are not alone. And it's an interesting conversation I had the other day with wifey as well, where it was, We forget what we have right in front of us sometimes, and sometimes we need to be reminded of that. My prayers and duas go out to the people of Palestine because I have a roof over my head. I've got food on the table.
We're
And
not being bombed.
my worries.
We're not
Yeah,
being bombed. We're not waiting
yeah.
thinking, am I going to
I've
get bombed and be murdered by terrorists?
saw this clip that fucking broke my heart again this week, and I think it's starting to mentally affect me as well because of how people. And I don't, you know what? It sounds like I've been moaning. I've not moaning. I'm just sharing what I've gone through this week. And honestly, it's not a moan because I can't take anything for granted. I'm lucky, man. So lucky. I'm so fucking privileged. It's unbelievable. But that clip I saw, kid fucking hyperventilating, almost having a fucking heart attack. Fucking cried, man. Fucking cried so hard, man. That's me looking at Neo or Alara or Idris, Isla, scared out of this fucking
And can you believe
still,
there's grown adult men and women that are justifying that? That are justifying it and finding excuses, be it, oh, it's Hamas, it's this, it's that. Can you just believe that they're just finding excuses for allowing that to happen rather than what the fuck? Like, wait. Okay, if it is Hamas, have a ceasefire. We're gonna help you get them. Don't stop bombing children. Stop that, please. Like, no, it's like, they're very civilized army and they're doing things right, and it's Hamas's fault. It's all Hamas's fault. Yeah. Can you believe that? Grown-ass human adults, people, human beings, possibly. I don't know if they are. I don't know if you really can classify yourself as a human being when you see that and you're allowing that to happen and you're vetoing ceasefires, when you're saying there's no genocide going on, when it's just when you're funding them, when you're bombing Yemen, who are standing up for them, who has not killed a single human being, but then you're like, oh, let's go kill some of their people because they're standing up for genocide. When you're allowing and supporting a group, a terrorist state who's not allowing any funding or food and what do you call it, medical stuff going in there, like what you like. And you think you're the good guys. I was speaking to the missus about it right now. They're Thanos. They are Thanos. Thanos truly believed he was doing the right thing. I truly believe if I create genocide and kill half the population, the universe will be better. These people, in the countries that we live in, the Western countries that we live in, truly believe if they create a genocide in Gaza, the area will be better. The Middle East will be better. We believe that a genocide. They are Thanos. They have that, and they really think they're the good guys. Thanos thought he was the good guy. They think they're the good guys. Really. They think by killing babies, innocent babies, women, and whatnot, they are the good guys. Wow. That's the world we live in. That is the reality of the world that we live in. And we get demonized as the bad guys. We're into this. I have to tell you what happened at work this week. So it got into, like, listen, I work for the Wall Street Journal, everyone knows. And yeah, I don't agree with the coverage on this. It's very biased. Of course it is. Of course it is. We all know it is. Of course it is. I have a bit of I've been having a moral dilemma about, I work for them and whatnot. Right, but I'm not involved. That's editorial. They do editorial stuff. Cool. Yes, I'm involved in the company. Yes, I get it. But that's editorial. This week, with my team, we got a campaign proposal in for $1 million from the government of Israel. And I get a call put into my diary, and I'm like, fuck. I don't want to be involved in this. Listen, I'm not at work. I have not at all, and I never will put my values on anyone else or express my values. Listen, I get it. I know who I work for, and I get we all share different values. It's a very sensitive thing as well. We've seen it. People getting fired left, right, and center, just saying free Palestine, just saying, hey, I don't want babies to die. I want peace in the world. Please, ceasefire. Oh, you're fired. Because you're a Hamas support or whatever, right? That's what's happening. So I keep my mouth shut. I'm not involved. I don't even read the Wall Street Journal because of their coverage. But this is directly me and my team, directly. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna avoid this. I'm gonna try and I wasn't gonna say that, and I was just gonna try and say, I'll leave you lot to it. I can't make that call, but my team's got it covered. Not knowing my team's values and not gonna impose my values on my team. I get a call from one of my team members and she wants to talk about it, and I'm like, ah, fuck. Okay, so I speak to her. She breaks out in tears, man. And this gave me so much joy at one point. She breaks down, she goes, G, I am not working on this. And the moment I was like, I'm not alone. I thought I was alone. My Instagram scares the shit out of me, man, because I got leadership following it, but I post shit, right? But I thought I was alone. And she goes, G, and she gave me a whole backstory. She's like, my best friends, families from Palestine, their family was expelled in the original Nakba, and she's lost so many. I will never support this. I don't want this to be involved. And I'm so disappointed in the company that they even accepted this, because the exception came from leadership. Our CEO and whatnot said approved. The exact email I saw said green light for Israel. That's what it said. Anyway, so I'm like, listen, I first of all, thank you for sharing. Second of all, I am with you. I had no idea that you felt like this way. I have no idea who does. I thought I was alone. So I'm glad that we just support for humanity, right? And I will do everything in my power for us, my team in international outside of US, to not work on this campaign and not be involved. So anyway, I joined this other call. I'm glad she spoke to me. I joined this other call. I have to say the leadership and the salespeople, obviously they want the money and they want to support Israel, but they did approach it in the sense saying that, listen, we understand this is a sensitive issue, and we understand if certain people do not want to be involved in this project. So I put my hand up and I said, listen, I speak for my team. I will find you a solution outside of my team to work on it, meaning I'll find the US team or whatnot. Anyway, so that's what happened. My teammate, again, on the call, she started busting out in tears, and she asked the question, why was this even approved? I don't understand. But what I found, and I spoke to my boss, loads of shit going on. The next day, I'm nervous now. I'm actually nervous though after this, right? And I'm thinking, this is me. Like, I'm gonna lose my job. Now, I was speaking to my therapist about it, and my therapist was like, listen, like, of course, she supports the same value. She was just like, listen, this is obviously your decision to make. What you should do is put a cost analysis down, not cost financially, that as well, but emotional cost. How are you going to feel if you take the project? How are you going to feel if you don't take the project? How are you going to feel if you take the project? How are you going to feel 6 months later? How are you going to feel if you don't take the project? How are you going to feel 6 months later? How are you going to feel if you take the project, but you're still donating money to Palestine, because that's what you're doing every month? How's that going to make you feel? How are you going to feel if you don't take the project and you lose your job and then you can't donate to charity to Palestine anymore? How's that going? This is the beauty of therapy, because I'm not thinking about those things. I'm just thinking about, man, I've made the decision. I'm not gonna work it. I'm not refusing my job. In a way, they can use that. They can say you're refusing to do your job and you're going to cost the business $1 million, right? They can use that. So I'm nervous. I'm like, I'm going to lose my job. And I was talking to you guys on WhatsApp and whatnot, trying to find different ways to approach it. And I was like, this is it, But I at that time, I'm thinking about it, but I've also made the decision that this could be it. The next day, anyway, I speak to my colleagues, my team, and they're like, G, I told them what I found out from my side. They told me what they found out from their side. They said, listen, G, it's not just our team, this team, that team, all refused to work on it. What I heard from them, they reached out to their US counterparts, their US team. They all refused to work on it. And even some senior people in certain teams refused to touch it. And I just felt this sense of what's the word? Togetherness. Is that the word? I can't find the right word. Community. Not even community. Community. Sense of hope. No, I'm not alone. And there's a lot of us. So they can't fire all of us. And a lot of us are speaking out. And we're not speaking out. It's not a revolution. We're still doing our job. Hey, day in, day out, 9 to 5. This one specifically, we don't want to work on, because we know what it is. This is going to be a $1 million propaganda machine. And we don't want to support that. So I'm just so happy to hear that loads of people are sitting up and saying, no, we're not taking this one. We're not working on this. You lot find a different solution to this. To get someone else to work in whatever. So that was my week, bro. Very nerve-wracking week. Very nerve-wracking. I feel a sense of hope. I do still feel that it's not over yet. So I don't know what's going to happen. But it's just great to know that Yeah, I'm not alone, and I'm still not going to talk about it at work, but I'm not alone. And it's good to know that people are feeling the way I feel, that they didn't want to take this project. And I thought I was the only one. And I thought, that's it, I'm done. I'm the brown Muslim guy who's going to say, I don't feel comfortable working in this project. You're fired. You're anti-Semitic. You're this, you're that.
That's slowly changing though, bro. Slowly changing. I've noticed in the past couple of weeks, a lot of things have changed. And I see even the media, bro, so-called shit that we're supposed to watch and give us the right news are starting to swing the other way now. Things are changing around now. It's too late, you fuckers. It's too late, you motherfuckers, you so-called, sorry for my language, journalists. Because you eat the cheese of the fuckers that these fuckers basically. Inhumane motherfuckers. And I hate talking about humans like that, bro, but if you're willing to call me an animal, and
if you're willing to
paint a
kill
picture
10,000 babies, if you're willing to kill, you've killed 30,000 innocent people, but just alone, if you're willing to let 10,000
Did you see that
babies,
shit where they went into the hospital and
yeah,
they looked
they disguised themselves, and
you
killed
motherfuckers. Sorry.
terrorists. I'll say the word. You're not allowed to say. You get censored and you get blocked. Well, I'm saying it straight. The Israeli government, everyone's saying it anyway. It's not even just
Yeah,
me.
everybody's saying it.
Heads
It's
of
not you.
states and everyone, the president of Cuba and whatnot are saying it. Israel is a terrorist state. The IDF is
Listen,
a terrorist
I
group.
think the thing that main thing is white people can be terrorists too. Yeah.
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 Anyone
White
can be
people
terrorists.
and they don't have to be Muslim.
Yeah,
They
but
do not
listen,
have to be
should I
Muslim.
tell you something? Just from my perspective, the only
No, go
reason
on.
why I would say Hamas is a terrorist group, Hamas, should I tell you why? Because they did kill some innocent people. If they did not kill any innocent people and it was just soldiers, I'd be like, yeah, 100% they're freedom fighters. Because I always would say that they are. But because innocents died, even if it was one innocent person, you know what? You're gonna have to face the consequences with Allah because they're innocent person. There's a non-combatant that was killed in your operation, whatever. So you are a terrorist just like them, and you will face the judgment from Allah. That's what I will say about Hamas. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I don't support them, whatever. But if they killed no innocent people, but just killed combatants, I'm like, cool, that's combatants against combatants. They are a resistance group. But I would say that straight. No, you killed an innocent. That makes you like them. And if you want to be better, if you're trying to say you're a resistance group, then you better do a lot better operation of not killing innocent people. Because as a Muslim, I will say it straight. Like for my values as a Muslim, if you have hurt and killed a non-combatant, just one, haram. Yeah, I don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I hope people get to know that. And listen, prayers to the people, the du'as to the people of Palestine, of Syria, of Congo. There's so much more shit going around in the world. White people just don't go through the same thing. Yemen, oh my God, sorry.
Yeah.
I should stop saying that race
do.
thing. I gotta stop saying that. But Yemen as well.
They do. What's happening in Ukraine, but what's happening with Ukraine is heartbreaking as well. But again, the Western world is demonizing Russia. And listen, you guys are the same. Stop saying Putin's a devil because he is just like the rest of you. Stop saying it's just him. Stop saying it's Xi Jinping. Stop saying it's Kim Jong-un. You are all Yahoo, Biden, the idiot in the UK. I can't even know his name. That coconut.
He's a proper coconut, bro.
You are all the same. Stop
Puppets,
saying Putin.
fucking puppets.
Yeah,
There's more bigger
I
things
hate it
than
when they just say, "Oh, Putin and the Hamas leader." No, you are them. You should be locked in a room together and fuck each other, you bastards. You're all the same. Anyway, yeah, no,
yeah, it's going off and it's bringing a side of me. And listen, I don't mean it in any way.
Look at the shit that we're saying. Listen. If you heard us talk back a couple months ago, or even like years ago when shit was going on, previous situation, but look at how expressive we are now because it's got so bad. And you know what? The reason why I feel a bit more comfortable being more expressive is because, like you said, there's a shift. There is a big shift. There is a big shift. I saw it with my company. I thought I was the only one in my company. Can you believe that? I actually really thought I was the only one in my company. I found out there's a lot of people and whatnot. So there's a massive shift happening in the world. Now, it's unfortunate one superpower called the US and their silly government, like their country don't support them, but their stupid government can make certain decisions. But I don't want to say these things, but the fact is, the truth is, the world knows, the world sees it. The world is calling the West and whatnot terrorist groups. And you know what? That I think that word should be put out there more. If you can say that the brown people are terrorists because of the way they act, the rest of the world, the rest of the countries can call you lot terrorists too. Just straight up, you know what I mean? They're all the same. Us regular human beings, we are the hope of Earth, not you politicians, not you government. We are the hope of Earth, not them. Facts.
No, exactly.
You know what I mean? We are the and because we would never kill each other. We would never have the guts to kill a baby. We would never do that. Because we're human. We are the regular people of Earth. We will never do that. I can't even think about it. I stepped on a baby. Well, it traumatized me. I should tell my therapist this. I stepped on a baby chick when I was in Bangladesh when I was like 7 years old. To this day, I feel fucking bad about it, bro. I need to tell my therapist about that because I always bring it up. That means there's some trauma there. A baby chick, I'm fucked up.
Man. Yeah, that's deep. Yeah. No, but that was an accident, bro. Man, you were a kid, you were running, you just.
I was chasing it,
stepped
man.
on.
I was
that's shit. That's
chasing it.
deep.
I was chasing it. But the point is that's the shit that us regular humans like would be traumatized by. Do you think we even have these people are not even traumatized? They sleep well at night knowing that they've killed babies. They've killed human children, innocent people, and they sleep well at night. They're not human.
Well, I've been watching some other stuff, bro. Like, you know, how the Western world and that part of the world show us basically. It's such a shame, bro. Such a shame, you know, because we were raised up not to see anybody in any different way. Nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. But
And
you know, the
listen, man,
world always has something different. You know, we grow older, we see the dark side of the world, and the shit that you want to protect your kids and your nieces and nephews from. You know, Alara had a bad dream the other day of me passing away, and Idris had one as well recently as well of dad not being there, and it's like, you know, those are things they're gonna have to accept later on. But like I was telling Alara, yes, I'm gonna be here now. But there will be a time I won't be here. So prepping them and protecting them. And then that's all we can do as parents, as uncles, as aunties, is protect those kids. It's always going to be hard enough not to. It's a fucking scary world, bro. And I think that's what our parents were trying to do to us as well. They were protecting us from this fucking evil-sided. There are superheroes, man. And not many people say that. Your uncles, your aunties, your grandparents, your parents were there to protect you, to make you understand the way this shitty world works, which is a shame. But yeah, listen, praise and du'as.
Listen, it's shitty because of those people who think they're in charge, those people who think they're in charge, unfortunately, but they're not in charge of us regular humans, man. When I say that, I mean I can go and meet a brother and sister from whatever race, religion, country, whatever, and be call them my brother and my sister and have a meal with them, have a cup of tea with them. They can never change that. They can, you know what I mean? So, you know, yeah. Listen, man, always prayers, you know, for the people who are suffering. You know, there's so much shit going on. Again, guys, listen, again, go check do your research. Right, I'm reading a few books. I keep talking about the same books. Check the news from Mark Lamont Hill. He gives a daily update. Very literally unbiased news. Check Breaking Points. I listen to Lex Friedman's podcast. Check him out. He has some great guests. Yes, he has. What I love about Lex Friedman, he has great conversations with people from both sides, and he lets them talk. I listened to one with Oman Salaman today, the Palestinian Imam. Beautiful chat. He's got some few. Yes, he has some with like Ben Shapiro and all them guys who I don't like. But Lex Friedman's amazing because he's trying his best to have dialogue out there for both sides to get things. So he's amazing. Check him out. Check out unbiased, uncontrolled news because that's where you're going to get the true stories. But the world is shifting. The thing is, alhamdulillah, the world is shifting. Young people especially with generations, because young people have the social media, the TikTok, they can see what's going on. They're learning. They're really learning. You can't change history. They tried to change history. They tried to hide history. The facts are the history was on books. Okay, you can get rid of the books. They might not be distributed as well. Norman Finkelstein's books don't get sold. Do you know why? Because they're blocking him. However, TikTok, Instagram, Finkelstein is all over there because you can't hide him now from the algorithms, from the YouTubes, from the. Not saying that he's on it, but he's on podcasts. You can't hide him now because that guy's a fucking amazing dude who's been studying it for over 40 years. These dudes do not even want to debate him. These Ben Shapiro's, these fucking so-called whatever. They don't even want to debate him because my guy Norman Finkelstein is. Bro, the knowledge is bro. The
It's
fact
insane. It's insane. I love his
insane.
interviews.
And
I love what he brings.
I love the way he talks. And the thing is, he's so slow, he's so calm, but the facts that he brings, I just enjoy listening to him talk. They are blocking his books. He says it. My books don't get sold. Why? Of course they don't sell because they're blocking him. You can't block him now on social media. And I'm glad he's out there. And I'm glad I've heard of him. I've downloaded a bunch of his books. And I listen to anything that he's on because he's just a knowledge, man. He's just an amazing, he's a human being. He's a human being. And he is a Jewish brother. His family, his parents were all in concentration camps. He lost his family's uncles and everything in concentration camps to the Nazis. And this is him speaking of the freedom of Palestine because he is seeing exactly what happened to his family happening to the people of Palestine. And because he is a human being and because of what his people went through, he's speaking up for the Palestinian people because they're going through the same shit. Amazing. Guys, you have to do your research. You have to look into it. You have to. It's so important to. It's so important to. But anyway, the news is the world is shifting, inshallah. It's gonna take years though. It's gonna take years.
It will, bro. It will. But we can only pray for it to get better. And I pray for everybody else, guys. Listen, again, not on a negative vibe. Always positive, always learning, always changing, always everything's never gonna be hunky dory, but we learn. And this is how we share stories, right? You know, my kids are gonna watch this one day and be like, you know, look at my dad, look at my sasa, look what they're doing, look what they talk about. They talk about real world stuff, and this is history for them. And we are at a time now where we were able to do that. My dad wasn't able to do that. He took photos, he did videos. He wasn't able to do to this extent where, you know, God forbid anything happens to me. My kids have got something to always look to. They can listen to their dad anytime they want to now. So legacy, that's one thing as well, guys.
And the crazy thing
Somebody,
is, just
yeah.
on that, so keep that thought, just real quick on that, with the advancements of technology and AI and ChatGPT, they might be able to, God forbid anything happens to any one of us, they might be able to have conversations with us based on all the content we've put out and all the voices and the way we talk, and they might be able to have conversations with us. It's like some fucking Black Mirror stuff. It's crazy. Go on, say what you were gonna say.
Yeah, listen, technology is going to come to a point where it's going to be able to do that, but you know, we do whatever we can to leave what we can for the rest of the people. History plays a big part. It's a shame we're too late, and I've been feeling helpless recently because of that scene. That fucking scene killed me last week. No child should go through that, and nobody should be able to justify that as well. I am willing to do as much as I can for these kids, and I've learned that. And I know our fathers' fathers did the same thing. Everybody had different ways of doing it, but I know what lengths that I have to go to protect my children, to protect anybody's children, as a parent now, as a human being, to put that type of fear into a fucking into a child, bro. It's mind-boggling. And my guys are dancing around doing all sorts of TikTok shit, knowing that they're putting this type of fear in somebody. Who does that? You could be so powerful. There's a line that Doctor, I forgot his name, from Captain America says, you know, the serum only amplifies the person. So bad becomes worse. But good becomes great, you know? And it's up to you what you do. Never change as a person in the good that you do. But what they've done is amplified themselves and made themselves fucking worse. Like, if they wanted to go get Hamas, bro, if they did that hospital attack thing that they did, They could have, they don't even know how many people they don't even know how many numbers of Hamas they got anyway. I keep watching the interviews, but because they're getting a lot of tailback for it now, and they're retrieving back now, and the ICG thing going on. IGC, ICJ, oof.
ICJ.
Yeah, ICJ, yeah, happening. They're shitting themselves. They're in trouble, bro. They're in big trouble. But the
Big
problem is,
up.
it's too
Big
late.
up. Yeah, no, you know what? It is too late, but at least it's happening now.
Yeah,
At
definitely.
least,
But
at
that needs
least
to
the
stop,
world's
bro.
speaking up.
There
At
needs to
least
be a
the world.
ceasefire. There's I suppose this episode's gonna come out tomorrow, or later on to, I don't know, depending on what happens. Maybe tomorrow, but if it
Maybe
does, there's
tomorrow, yeah.
there's another march happening on Saturday, the 3rd of March, guys, in central London. I'm gonna try and make it, show my support as well. But again, guys, donation links there. Go to our TikTok, Instagram page, Twitter page, X page, whatever
And you know
page.
what, real quick, guys, they're gonna need it more than ever. Because funny enough, and I need to find, I can't remember the name of the charity. This is how basic I should check. Hold on. I need to tell you this. Uh, uh, hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. I knew I'll forget the name. My freaking phone. Please show me the one. I knew I was gonna. I should have wrote it down. Listen, there is a charity, right, where all the countries in the world kind of give money. US, a lot of the Western countries give money that literally fund Palestine, literally fund Gaza, their schools, their education, all that sort of stuff, right? The day the ICJ made their comments, their judgment on Israel, that day, months later, 100 days later, Israel makes a claim that people working for that charity were part of Hamas and were part of the October 7th situation.
I heard
So
about that.
what does the West do? Immediately stops funds. Immediately, the US, all these countries, and it's a big chunk of money. They are a part of this genocide. Even more now, because that money was going to the Palestinian people for charity causes, the refugees and all that. And now you're stopping that just because they made a claim. There's no evidence. Okay, do an investigation. And all of a sudden, 100 days later, when the court takes you, when you've been taken to court for genocide, all of a sudden, oh, wait, hold on a second, they're making shit up as usual. Okay, do an investigation. But immediately these fuckers, they stop the funding, right? And that's a big impact. And that they are involved in this genocide. UK, US, 100%. They are
Oh yeah,
involved,
100%,
especially
bro.
more.
Yeah,
So that's
100%.
why what I was saying is donate. They're gonna need more. They're gonna need our support even more than they already bloody need it because of that.
No. Listen, it's a good thing. Donate, guys. Do the best you can. Every little thing helps. I'm doing the best I can as well with what I'm going through as well. But I know I'm praying. I'm doing du'as, man. There's charity you can do in so many different ways, man. The links are in our bio. Go check it out on our social media pages. I'm doing 50 spinning kicks every time I go training. I did say every day, but I'm 42. My legs are losing. But I'm doing 50 spinning kicks every time I go training. While I go live. But listen, do the best you can.
I think I
With
found it. It's
with the
sorry. You're gone.
go on.
No,
With the
go.
worlds, with the governments, yeah, they're not for the people. They're puppets. Remember, there's a larger picture at play here, and I've always known that. It doesn't matter if I smoked weed in the past or not. There is larger things happening, and these are distractions from other worse things to come. But we need to be a bit more better in how we come together as a human race. And I know I put in a few racial slurs in there, and I don't mean to. I am not, biased to any color or race or whatever. I give respect where I get the respect. You know what I mean? So I love you all. If you heard me say white a couple of times on there, please forgive me. But yeah,
Yeah, don't say it next
just
time, bro.
no. I'm
No,
finding it
listen,
hard. Yeah, I'm finding it hard to kind of
no,
because it's the truth.
it's difficult because unfortunately those leaders are happy to be that type of people. And it's the same way when you say the word terrorist, our faces come into your head. So when we say the Western terrorists, those faces come into our head. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, anyway, like, listen, that charity was UNRWA, the United Nations Relief and Works Agency. Now, a couple, like I said, the US and UK, all of them immediately are like, oh, we're going to stop funding. We're still going to give Israel billions to bomb the children, and we're going to investigate, but we're going to stop funding like bastards. But some nations have stepped up, like Spain and I think Norway or something. They're like, look, we'll give more. But the usual are bastards. All right, guys, listen, let's move on. We were talking about an hour about that. Let's move on to things we watched. Again, free Palestine, donate people, power to the people, respect. Things we watched. All right, listen, I finished off Ted. If you want to watch a comedy, bro, if you want to watch a funny comedy, go watch Ted Show on Peacock. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. I just enjoyed everything about the show because it's just jokes. If you want to watch a comedy, bro, do it. The father of the show cracks me up. This borderline racist motherfucker with a Boston accent, always crying about shit. There was an ostrich that bit his ass. There's so many things that happened to him. He's always crying. It's the funniest show, but if you want to watch a comedy, watch it, man. It's so important to watch funny. Like, it's so fun to get comedies that actually push the borders of what you can say and can't say these days. And I loved it. So check that out.
That's good. That's good. That's still produced by Seth MacFarlane, and he does the voice as well, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah.
So absolutely hilarious. The other show that I finished watching was Boy Swallows Universe. So what I was telling you about last week.
Oh, I heard about it. Yes, that's right.
On Netflix. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's amazing. Listen, man, it's fucked up. It's about this Australian family, specifically around this kid in the slums, in some slums of Australia. And everything just goes wrong with this kid. There's like drugs involved, drug cartels. This kid's going through so much trauma, people getting killed, family members getting killed. Just everything goes wrong for him. And at the end of the film, you just want things to go right. You just want that happy ending. It's such a great show. It's just so intense, and it's just so like by the time you finish an episode, you're like, what the fuck? How much more is this young kid gonna go through? I mean, again, it's a show. It's a show, and it's in Gaza, kids are going through the same thing. I'm not gonna go back to that. But what I'm saying is that the show is portrayed so much shit that this kid goes through, and it's so intense. It's so good. And this kid, there's something amazing about just watching him on screen because he's very witty, he's very street smart, he's very confident, he's very likable. Just an amazing show, man. Boy Swallows Universe. Check that one out, man. I watched a Korean movie called Badland Hunters. That was pretty cool. That was fun. Good action scenes and stuff like that. That's one worth checking out. I watched The Kitchen. Not The Kitchen, but Kitchen.
Kitchen, yes, with Kano.
Very good. Also very awesome. Very great. Good. I've never seen London in that light. I've seen District 11. I've seen other movies where, you know, the Judge Dredd. They're all based in different countries. Yeah, that's it. This is the first time I've seen it in London, and from that perspective, and it was amazing. I was telling my wife, I'm surprised people make these movies and don't say dedicated to Gaza, because that should explain the movie itself. It's literally very much like that. It's a great movie, and it's great to see London. Well, not great to see London like that, but what I'm saying is like portrayed, finally, those type of movies portrayed from a London perspective. It's got obviously a lot of family values in there. It's got a lot of human and morale values in that, and just again a resistance to the occupier. So great one, check it out. And then lastly, in regards to things I watched, was a trailer, Monkey Man. Man, that one looked awesome. Like when you and Ash were like, boys, check this out, this looks sick. I was like, let me check it out. And then I first thought it was like a superhero thing, and it almost felt like that. Then it's just like some crazy action, John Wick style action, like martial arts. And Dev Patel, I mean, he must have done some training because he's looking good and slick. And I'm like, yeah, this is good. I mean, and again, I don't want to say when you do diverse characters and diverse, I don't want to say that. I don't want that to be a big thing. I just want to see something great. And when I saw that trailer, like, okay, I'm talking about diversity and shit, but what I'm trying to talk about, there's ways of doing it right. I feel like this was done right because I was like, holy shit, this looks awesome. I wasn't like, oh my God, this is, I think on the trailer I did say on my reaction, this looks like an Indian John Wick or whatnot. But it looks great. It looks great. It looks like just a great, wicked action movie based in India. I'm like, yeah, this is sick. So I'm not talking about representation. I'm just like, man, when you do it right, there's an automatic representation, but you don't need to speak about it because it's done right. When I feel like when you speak about it, when you force it, oh, this represents me, it's like, well, really, does it? Because you're talking about it, you're forcing it. But when it naturally comes out and has an impact, you don't even have to say anything. It's like your impact, what you've just showed me, speaks for itself. I don't need to say anything. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I can't wait to watch the movie.
It's a good trailer, bro. Good trailer, catchy. It's gonna be full on. Jordan Peele. Originally, I thought it was a horror film, like one of them. You know, some of his like weirdish movies. But listen, man, Dev Patel, direction, visuals look stunning. Good action. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes down. You know what I mean? So I feel like he's trying something different here as well. So it'd be interesting to see what he puts up on the big screen, man. Bro, I'm excited. It's out in April, so oh, at our age now, man, that time goes quick, bro. Just before I know it, it's gonna be April. But yeah. Anything else? Was that it?
As I think I watched anything you watched. You still
Big shout out to the guys at Universal Pictures UK for hooking us up screening for Argylle, which is Matthew Vaughn's new movie, spy thriller, with Henry Cavill, Sam Rockwell, Samuel L. Jackson. There is bare people in this movie. It's a great cast. You know what? Matthew Vaughn is the director of Kingsman. He did X-Men First Class. That's why I wore my X-Men cap on the day. Argyle. So what do you call it? Bryce Dallas Howard, Dua Lipa, John Cena, Ariana DeBose. Yeah, it's a spy thriller.
Loads
Yeah,
of
it's a
people
lot
in
of
this.
people in it. Loads of people in it, bro. Great action-packed movie. Look, Sam Rockwell rocks a screen. I love his performance. I think he's a great actor as well. He's one of those charismatic actors that brings like joy to the screen when he comes on because he loves acting and he has this really cool sense of vibe with him. The story is quite interesting as well, and it's like I don't want to do spoilers, bro, because I feel like it's something you really want to watch. There's one thing that Matthew Vaughn does is great about his direction is the way he does it. Almost still, it looks like it comes straight out of a comic book, bro. He's the one who directed Kick-Ass as well. You know, he's good with the way scenes look. Henry Cavill's in this as well, so you know, looking good, sharp, secret agent guy. Very cool, bro. It's a fun, action-packed movie with a great cast and a great soundtrack, bro, and great visuals, bro. I just feel like it's a, you know, you get some action films, you're like, you know, that's all right, but this one, it was a good, fun one, man. He made it entertaining. He's got loads of twists and turns in this thing. It's hard to keep up on, definitely. But it was good to see something a bit fresh and fun to start the year off for me because I know since we've got Atia on the team, she's been doing a lot of the screenings. There's been a different mixture of movies, but it was my first movie back since we saw Godzilla -1, so it was a good one to kind of just bring back that buzz. But cinema was loud that day. Again, bro, busy week. I haven't got to see much. I'm still trying to finish off One Piece, which I'm really enjoying as well. It's a slow run, bro, proper slow burner. But I just started The Beekeeper, David Ayer's new movie. Bro, first 10 minutes, it's got me fucking locked in. I'm moist. I love Jason anyway, bro. But David Ayer has this way of directing. You've seen, you know, End of Watch, Harsh Times. He's got this sense of realness to what he does, but this one seems to be a bit more, you know, just a fun action-packed led movie with Jason Statham. But that's just from what I've seen so far. Other than that, bro, 2 days ago I started Bear.
Oh yes, wicked. What do you think?
Now listen, how the fuck did they make you feel that high tension in there, bro?
It's so good
Like
at it.
stressful games, bro. Like my
So
chest was hurting.
stressful.
I was like, why the fuck you making me feel so stressful, man? Shit. Like, it's really interesting. But they're great performances, bro.
Mm,
So I've done 4 episodes so far. I'll probably continue later on tonight, but fucking wicked, bro. Really
so
good show.
good. Yeah.
It's a different thing to be creative and watch something visual like that, which looks good and the food look tasty. And my guy's making his donuts and cakes, but the high octaneness of it, the stress levels. Like you've seen Hollywood movies that depict the kitchen. Fucking hell, bro. I was losing after the first episode, man. My chest was hurting, bro. I was like, bro, how did you make me feel that stress and anxiety of working in the kitchen? Great show, bro. I know it's won loads of awards. I've lost the sandal suddenly. How the fuck? Yeah, and yeah, no, definitely. Good.
Great
That's all
show.
I've
I'm
seen,
glad
bro.
you're watching it. I'm glad you're watching it. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that.
Good show. Good
The
show.
only other thing I'm carrying on watching is John Reacher. Love it. Jack Reacher, sorry.
Jack Reacher, yeah, good.
Loving it, enjoying it. I'm on episode 6 now of season 2. Such a good show. But yeah, no, cool. That's it. That's everything that I've watched. Was there anything else?
No, nothing else, bro.
All right, let's move on to the next segment. What we have read. So I finished off that Daredevil comic, the one I was talking about last week. Daredevil Night. It was a 1982 one. It was actually the first introduction of Daredevil and Punisher together. That's the first time they met in the comic books, which was amazing
Okay.
for me to read, and I really enjoyed it, man. And like I said last week, just the beginning of the comic, these comics were deep. These comics back in the days were not for kids, for sure. I mean,
Mhm.
the comic starts off with a 12-year-old girl jumping out of a window because she's high on PCP, angel dust, like on crack, basically. And then it's crazy. That's how the comic starts. And Daredevil's out there on the streets looking for the dealers, all that sort of stuff. Of course, he gets into a scuffle with them. Someone gets a knife through the heart. That's the Punisher. And Punisher's perspective. Punisher's perspective is I have my own ways. This person there will never be another 12-year-old girl jumping out of a window. Your
No.
way, there might be another 12-year-old girl jumping out the window because this person might come back. My way has just stopped that. Anyway, he kind of introduces himself as a gentleman to Daredevil. He's like, I'm the Punisher. We should join forces. We should wage terrorism on the underworld. He wanted to join forces, and Daredevil was like, fuck no, I don't kill anyone. You're a murderer. Listen, brilliant, amazing comic. It was great introduction between two. It was just issue 1, so I haven't got the rest of them, but that was awesome. I love reading first editions, especially first editions and first introductions of characters when they meet each other, especially for the Punisher because he's my guy. Talking about the Punisher, I started reading the Punisher Max. These are old ones, Punisher Max comics, and this is the ones where he's in Vietnam, and this is deep. This is deep. These are the R-rated Marvel comics. He's in Vietnam. He's a lieutenant for a squadron. And what they've shown so far in this comic is his love for war, his obsession for war. And he's doing everything he can to not leave this war when he's been told to leave wars. When generals are coming to his camp and say, we're going to close this base down. And he's so obsessed with war against the bad guys that he's getting these generals killed. Like literally,
Mm.
you could say that he's killing them himself, but he's getting them killed so his station stays alive and he can carry on this war that he wants to be a part of. And it's deep, and obviously this will lead to his war on the streets. I mean, he's so obsessed with being in war, and this comic starts off by showing that. And there was a scene where there was a scene that I was reading that he was there was some snipers and whatnot, shot him down, blah blah blah. One of the snipers was a woman. So one of his dudes was like, gonna have a game. So she immediately tries to rape the woman. Punisher comes, blows her head off. He says, we're here to kill the bad guys, not rape, right? Because she was a bad guy to him. And then that guy who was gonna rape the woman. This is how deep these comics are. Obviously, had her brains all over him and whatnot. He went to wash his face in the water. Punisher killed him because he was doing a crime. he was about to do a crime of rape. So he's still got those values. He's after the bad guys. And that guy on his squadron showed that he was a bad guy. And he killed him. And it's just deep. The part I got on now, like they were in a bit of a battle. Punisher's just a madman, and Frank's just a man. Like Frank just he's talking to himself basically, and he's telling himself like, you can come out of this war. No, he's talking to himself. He's basically saying to himself like, say the word, and I will give you war for the rest of your life. Right, and I'm thinking, is he talking to Mephisto? Is he talking to the Satan for like Ghost Rider, whatever it is? He's talking to himself. Say the word, and I'll give you war for life. Right, and I think this all leads to again the Wars of Street. And there's a scene that I just finished that now that napalm drops on everyone, and it didn't drop on him in specific, but bits went on him. He looks like a fucking zombie right now, and he's just standing there like a madman, like, and his squadron are looking at him like, you're fucked. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Like they go in deep with these comics. Obviously, these are R-rated ones, and it's just showing how fucked up war can fuck up people, and that's why they can't get out of it. Yes, they're heroes. They're this, they're that. And obviously, this comic also talks about the US being involved in Vietnam. Should we even be here? What the fuck is going on? It talks about all of that too. But the point is, it talks about how the PTSD that he's already going through being there, and how it is eventually going to transfer to over the streets of New York when he eventually becomes the Punisher. It's deep. I can't wait to carry on reading it. But that's what I've been reading, bro. Some fucked up Punisher comics.
No, that's good. So I finished up Devil's Reign. So it was a Marvel event in the Daredevil world. I didn't see it. There we go. Really good, bro. I got to finish it off last week. So I had some mission on one day, and I just ended up reading it on the train and ended up finishing it. Great story of, Kingpin trying to take over New York City, run for mayor again. Basically, it's almost like another civil war where there's a new registry that comes out where superheroes need to be registered. They're classed as vigilantes. They're not allowed to do anything, but all the villains are actually the police.
Oh, damn.
They're the police now. Very good, very interesting. There is a side story in there which kind of threw me off, and I didn't know. So Daredevil's got a brother. His name's Michael Murdoch.
Oh,
Almost like
okay.
an identical twin. So he doesn't go by Michael. He still goes as Matt Murdock, but Matt Murdock, the original, he's Daredevil 24 hours now.
Oh, interesting. Interesting how they threw that shit in there.
Yeah, definitely. So that was good. That was a good read. And this is, Luke Cage is running for mayor. There's a fucking big ass battle scene with the Rhino, which was absolutely, it looked wicked, bro. And it had like Miss Marvel in it, and it's parts of New York City. It was a good action-packed kind of comic book, which kind of played with Daredevil's psyche of, well, Kingpin. They showed more of what Kingpin's psyche is and what it is that he's suffering, why he fucking hates the Daredevil so much, and why it plays with his head. There's more to it, but I don't want to give it away. It's a good book to read, definitely. Check it out, guys, if you haven't seen it.
I might check that one out when I go to my comic book shop.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else you read?
That was it, bro. That was
All
it
right.
for me.
Well, let's move on to the next segment. I know we've been talking for so long, so let's quickly go through the next couple of segments and finish off. Next segment, MCU. So I'm going to quickly run through some news. Deadpool 3 wraps up filming. I've got the Deadpool vest on right now. There's all these rumors. I'm blocking so much things on Facebook. My algorithm's going crazy with bullshit spoilers, but there's rumors that there should be a trailer soon. Now they just stopped filming, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to that. But Deadpool 3 coming out this year. They finished filming. I'm hoping to get a trailer soon. I can't wait. That should be $1 billion movie. Talk about Daredevil. Wilson Bethel's Bullseye is to return in Daredevil Born Again. Amazing. He was fucking awesome. I'm so glad. Him, Punisher, Kingpin, Daredevil. Whoa, this should be good. Please, guys. This should be so fucking good. I know they're bringing that Netflix style back, but I don't know who the director was for the next Flip one. Bring that same dude back, man, please, or whatever, man. This should be good. these characters, and then what I have to say I love about what MCU and Marvel are doing is they're allowing them to portray those characters exactly the same. So, whoo, cannot wait, bro. That's gonna be good. Speak about that world. Apparently, there's a female-led Iron Fist that they're working on. I mean, Iron Fist was great in the first
Okay.
place. Now you want to do a female-led one. I don't know where you're going with that. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. John David Washington as Kang the Conqueror. That rumor's been thrown around as well out there. Of course, he'll do an amazing job. He's great. He's great and he's amazing. If they carry on the story of Kang, you got to recast him because of what's going on. So be it. I think he's a great choice. The Top Gun Maverick star is the favorite to replace Stephen Yeo's Marvel's Thunderbolt. So the guy in Top Gun, I should have wrote his name down, obviously. I can't remember his name now, but he's in one for playing what's his name, man? Centurion in Thunderbolt.
Okay. Cool.
So that's that. So look to replace him and get that sorted. All right, this was a weird one, but I thought I'd put it in there. Marvel Studios received not only its first nod, but also multiple nominations at the 2024 Razzie Awards for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, which was nominated for Worst Supporting Actor, Worst Director, Worst Prequel, Remake, Rip-Off, or Sequel. I didn't even know they had, but this is literally the Player Haters Club. This is literally hate. They have an award show for hate. This is the Player. Dave Chappelle predicted this back in his fucking Chappelle show. There is a Player Haters Club on these movies. This is an award show for worst movies. What the fuck?
That's insane. That
Fucking
is
ridiculous.
insane, bro. Listen, bro. I don't know how that's got by, but that's good. I suppose if they won an award, then they've won an award, isn't it?
For all that shit, so be it. I'll take it. All right, guys. Moving on to the next segment, DCS, DC Studios. Exciting news. Millie Alcock soars into James Gunn's DC universe as Supergirl. What do you think, bro? I know she's from like Game of Thrones. Is it Game of Thrones? No.
Yeah, House of Dragons.
House of Dragons, okay. I haven't seen that, but what do you think of her? I don't know much about her acting. I'm sure she'll do a great job, but just the look and feel of her, what do you think?
Listen, bro, I think she looks fine. She's a young actress that is getting introduced into the world of the DC Studios. I'm trying to. Excuse me, gastric. I'm sure she'll be fine. I haven't seen her in House of Dragons. I mean, actually, I don't even know what else she's done and what she's seen. A lot of people, when I put that post up, really shared our post. So thanks, guys, for sharing the post. I'm sure James knows what he's doing. He's great at casting, bro. Look at all the films he's done so far. He has not let us down. He's a geek. He's going to smash it. I think she's going to do great. So we've got a great cast already getting put together. People remember this is just for the Supergirl movie. She's not going to be in Superman Legacy. I think people are getting very excited, bro. A lot of confusion is coming out.
Okay, I didn't even know that either. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think he knows what he's doing and he knows what he's building. And the actors and actresses, they are amazing at their job. Obviously, if they got the certain position and whatnot, doesn't have to be known people or people that we should know. And it comes down to the direction and story, which we know is going to be done by James Gunn and what he's putting together. So there's confidence in that too. So I'm excited too. I have no thoughts about it. I'm just looking forward to it.
Same here, bro. Same here. I think what has happened and what has happened over the years with MCU fans and everybody putting their 2 pences on their rumors and the rest of it, and it's such a shame because I've started to unfollow like big companies that comicbook.com and all these people that I used to follow. I've started to unfollow them. It's weird because I want to go back to the days of finding out when it happens, going to the cinema and watching it. I'm going to try and avoid trailers as well. I know we do trailer reactions on the channel, guys, but for those DC movies, I will not be doing no trailer reactions. Gilman maybe do it. I'm not going to do it.
I like watching trailers. I don't like spoilers, but I like watching trailers. But the worst trailers of all time was Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer. By far, they were the worst trailers of all time because they spoiled the shit out of everything. Fucking idiots. Sorry, you're better than what I could put together, but I know for a fact I wouldn't have put those spoilers in there. But yeah, listen, yeah, I'll do the spoiler trailers. Not spoiler trailers. I'll put the trailer reaction.
Spoiler trailers, yeah. Do the spoiler trailers, bro.
All right, guys, moving on and finishing up. Other movie news. I'm just going to quickly go through these. Roadhouse, the remake. This is going to be an exciting thing we're going to talk about later on for our retro movie reviews. But the remake with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor is coming out March 21st on Amazon Prime. I done the trailer reaction. Check it out. Looks pretty good. Jake Gyllenhaal, awesome in what he does. Conor McGregor playing a goon. That's playing himself. He's playing himself. He's gonna do fucking amazing. So check that trailer reaction out. Check the trailer out. March 21st. I'm looking forward to that. Starting January 2025, Netflix will be the exclusive home for WWE Raw, bringing live viewing to the streaming service every week, along with superstars like Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and Rhea Ripley. I don't know the wrestlers, but WWE's come to Netflix, which I think is big because WWE, man, guys, it's massive. And the storylines that they put together it's a massive empire. And you know what? Yes, WWE, the wrestling is scripted, yes, but you do have no idea what they put their bodies through. They are every week, 365 days a year, every week, they are smashing their bodies onto each other, onto the floor. Yes, it's fake and scripted, but you try fucking just falling on the floor or your bed. Try falling on your bed 100 times and tell me if you don't come out there with a vertebrae fucking out your ass. Like, bro, they put their lives on the line literally for. I've got so much respect for it. If you look at all the original wrestlers, bro, Hulk Hogan, DDP, they're all fucked, bro. They are fucked, man. What they put their bodies through. So all respect to them. I just wanted to put that out there on that one. John Boyega is set to headline The Book of Eli, a series prequel. I didn't watch the movie with Denzel, but John Boyega is awesome. So whatever he does, I'm interested in. So I'll take a
Listen,
look
he's
at
a
that.
great actor, so definitely. The movie it's all right. It's not amazing, but it's a good Denzel film. But it'd be interesting where they take it. Gary Oldman was in that movie as well. Yeah, let's see what they do. Let's see what they do.
Cool. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have signed on for their 14th movie together, a new crime thriller called Animals, Netflix. So those two, I think they're awesome, whatever they do. So I'm looking forward to that. The Rock, this might be fake news actually. The Rock as the new Terminator. I don't know if that's fake news, but I saw something about that he'll be taking over or in the next ones or whatnot. I don't know.
Leave it. Leave
Yeah,
it, man. Bring back Arnold, man. Come back
bring back
Arnold.
Arnold. Yeah, just do it as Arnold. All right. Netflix is waiting for Sandy Sink to finish filming the final seasons of Stranger Things to start production on live-action series based on the video game Horizon Zero Dawn, which is the actress to become Aloy, the protagonist of the story. So it's that video game, I don't know if you've seen it, where Ashraf's been playing it. It's the girl with the red hair, and she's fighting against technological animals and shit like that, technology and all that. Anyway, it's a video game. Ashraf's familiar with it. I've seen him play it. They're looking to make that as a series. And the girl in Stranger Things, the girl with the red hair. I don't know.
Max.
Max, that's it. She's gonna be the main character, which is perfect casting for that video game based on what I've seen. I don't know the story of that game, and I don't know how deep it gets. So, that's something that Ash may be able to comment on, or if you're a fan of that game, you might be able to comment on. Okay.
Guys, keep an eye on the page. We get Suicide Squad tomorrow. Ash will be doing some live streaming on the gaming channel, but we'll pop up some clips on there and his thoughts and reviews after he's played the game on the weekend.
That's it. So I was just about to move into video games. And yes, so what Kibler said, keep an eye on it. And also keep an eye on me playing Tekken and trying to learn these combos and whatnot. Hopefully it's bloody downloaded. This shit takes forever. But I will get on Tekken and guys, keep an eye out on that. And then on the gaming channel, which you'll see the live streams and the long form of us playing it. And then on our channel, there'll always be little clips and highlights and whatnot. We're not going to put the streaming on the main channel because it's just long form or whatnot. But we'll put highlights where we can. All right, guys, we finishing off with the best part of the show, retro movie reviews.
One
And
more
this,
thing, guys.
oh, go,
Sorry,
go, go.
before I quickly go, and this is gonna be a quick 5 seconds, 5 minutes. I don't know if I did a review for it or not, but just before Christmas, I got to see Iron Claw, which comes out next month in the UK, and the screenings are starting to happen now. And I got to watch it before, like a ceremony and a BAFTA award show, because they were going to review the movie. Probably one of my top. It should have been in one of my top 10 of movies of last year, but because it's coming out in the UK this year, it's going to be in my top 10 list still. Now, this is a movie. Let me go through it, man, because I think it's important. Massive
Yeah.
shout out to the guys at Lion Gates for hooking that up for us. To get to see it 2 months before it comes out in the UK is absolutely amazing. So this was called Iron Fist. I'm just
Iron
trying to
Claw.
remember the families. Oh shit, what am I talking about? Iron Claw, man. It was wrong franchise. My bad.
Talking about Tekken, the Iron Fist tournament.
This is a true story, which is based on the Von Erich brothers, who make history in the intense competitive world of professional wrestling. Listen, this is a movie about men's mental health, toxic. Can't even say the word, bro. Masculinity. There you go. Masculinity, and the hardships of putting a father's dream on their kids. Bruh, it's a fucking amazing film. Zac Efron absolutely steals the show. If you guys know the story, this family went through a tragic what's the word? Life, I've got to say. And probably, as I said, it's gonna be one of my top 10 movies this year. It's an amazing film, so make sure you check it out. It comes out in February, guys. All right, G-Man, Ro.
Awesome.
Make
Thank
sure
you,
you
man.
watch it as well, bro.
I'm looking forward to that one. I definitely will watch it. I haven't been cinema yet, but maybe that's one I will check out when it comes out here. All right, guys, retro movie reviews, and this week we are going to be talking about Roadhouse 1989, the original with Patrick Swayze, that handsome bastard, may he rest in peace. That movie is the classic, awesome, amazing 80s typical movie. I'm talking about handsome bastard, Patrick Swayze, one-liners, ass and titties all over the place, bare beef, white guy doing Tai Chi and Kung Fu. It was such a great movie, man. It's so good. I can't believe I haven't seen that movie before. It was so
It was your first time?
It was my first time. And I was like, how come I've never seen this before? Maybe because of all the Badusi that was in there. But bro, it was so good. I was in from the beginning. From the beginning, I was in. And then when he goes to visit that bar, the Roadhouse bar, I can't remember, what was it called? I can't remember the whatever. Within 5 minutes of him being there, there's like 6 fights that goes on. I'm like, this is, I would have quit. I would have been like, no, man, I'm not working here. I don't want to be involved in this shit. He's so good. Well, I think maybe because we're 80s kids, I immediately was sucked in. I don't know if someone can go in and watch this and be like, because they might be like, it's full of cheese. It's not cheese from my eyes. I can see it from some lines being cheese, but man, I loved it. It was brilliant. Such a great movie, Roadhouse. What did you think, bro?
Listen, bro, I saw it when I was younger. I just found out they did a number 2. That must have been basic, bro. Anyway, it wasn't with Patrick Swayze, it was somebody else. But listen, for me, I still love it, bro, man. It's the good 80s music, the good cheesy action, the one-liners. There's that one line I keep sharing in the group, like, I ain't showing you my dick, And I like that guy. He's a good actor as well. I forgot his name, but Patrick Swayze, man, good looking dude, man. Inspired me to. I was like, how did he grow his hair like that, man? It looks nice, man.
His
Like
hair
silky
was
smooth, isn't
awesome.
it?
So
He had
good.
that silky
The little,
smooth. Yeah.
But those are things when I was young, like, I want a hair like that. And you had the almost like, what do you call it?
The mullet.
The mullet, but then it was kind of side parted hair. Then you have a little Superman thing dangling hair. I'm like, his hair is beautiful, man. I want to be like that. He's freaking handsome bastard, bro.
Yeah, good looking dude, man. I'm telling you, he's absolutely smashed it. And listen, it's a great story, bro. Again, that's like the Seven Samurai done in a one-man format. You know what I mean? Guy comes, fixes it up, protects them, teaches them, moves on, or either stays there. I mean, that's like the Mandalorian, bro, without Grogu.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean? So, like, it's a story that's been adapted in so many different ways, Outsider comes in, fixes the place up, knows some martial
Fights
arts.
the
The
big
bad guys,
bad.
the bad guys are bastards, man.
I know.
They're messing up the whole town.
They were some out of shape dudes, man. Bro, he was obviously, I don't know if it was supposed to be like camera trick, but he was obviously he was glowing compared to everyone else because he was so beautiful and he was such a great shape, and everyone was just some hillbilly bastards out of shape and whatnot. But what I loved was when he was doing the Tai Chi, he was so
Yeah.
smooth and flowy, and his positioning and posture was beautiful. But when they'll do a spinning kick, bare loose spinning kick, like it wasn't straight, all that stuff. But listen, man, the action scenes were awesome. I'm not when I see the action,
No,
I think
listen, bro. Some of them was very good, bro.
very
So
gritty, like 80s
yeah,
gritty style action.
yeah, exactly that, exactly that. Which is great to see, bro. But as you said, there are some. The technique is not all there. You know what I mean? The technique is
Like,
not there. But
yeah.
good on him, man, for doing it. He's actually a good martial artist. He's done loads of other action films as well. But just he's not pinpoint. He's not Jean-Claude Van Damme. You know what I mean?
Nah, exactly. But what else about the movie, man? I like
But listen, bro.
after seeing the trailer for the
Yeah.
new one that's coming out, I was like, why have I not seen the original one? So that's what inspired me to actually to go watch it. And just to be captivated from the very beginning. And again, it's simple stories. It's an 80s movie, it's a simple 80s action movie, but I maybe I'm a sucker for those things. That's all I needed. That's all I needed, and I was in, and I wanted him
Bro,
to
you know
win.
what? That's what cinema does, though, isn't it? It's what movies does. It's what those movies will always work with us because yes, we did grow up in that era, so we like that music. We like, bro, the look and feel of it. You know, like things now look really clean, really sharp. You know, you watch something and you're like, oh, it doesn't have that old grittiness because you could tell how much effort that movie was to put together the explosions, the scenes, the action scenes. You could see some of the directorial cuts, like on how he filmed it, so that you're not capturing stuff in the background. Uh, but it's like cheesy American movie making at its best. Like, what more can I ask for? You giving me action, you're giving me uh, uh, comedy, you're giving me a bit of romance. Can't complain, bro.
And I love his character, and it's something that I always like. He's just this badass dude, but he's a nice guy. He's a
He's
nice
a nice
guy.
guy.
I will never hurt innocent people. And he teaches his team, always be nice, always approach
Yeah,
people nicely. Don't be savages. Like he's the nice
yeah,
guy. He's a badass dude that has morals and values and tries to resolve things without violence first. Violence is the last answer, and all that
yeah.
sort of stuff. So it's just something. He's that hero. He's that guy. I'm attracted to that type of character where you're like, yeah, he's just not a savage. He's just not an unnecessary savage with no values or whatnot. He has values, and I love that. I love that. But the beginning scene again was funny when he just fired a whole bunch of people and they were so upset with him. Like, who's this dude coming in firing people? But it was just amazing. Absolutely hilarious.
No, exactly that, exactly that. So, no, it was really good, really good. Excuse me. Yeah, it was fully enjoyable. As I said, it's a great laugh. It's an easy watch. Anybody can watch it. It's something that you go for, man. So if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. The new one's coming out soon. New one's gonna be quite. It looks very similar, but they've added the extra UFC thing to it.
Yeah, just the MMA style of fighting. I mean, the original one was, when Karate Kid with Bruce Lee thing was still booming. Everyone was doing martial arts and whatnot. So really, it's the era now is MMA. The era back then was kung fu and karate and whatnot. So it's just kind of the similar sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to it, the new one. But listen, guys, if you haven't seen the original one and you're looking forward to seeing the new one because of Jake Gyllenhaal, the UFC, Conor McGregor, check out the original. Just check it out. You would appreciate, you will love it. You should love it, and give it a chance. It's an easy watch. It's an easy to follow movie, and watch that before you watch the new one coming out. And again, rest in peace, Patrick Swayze. I thought he was just awesome in that movie specifically. Loved it. Damn,
No,
great movie.
it was
Great
good, bro. It
movie.
was good. Definitely good. Definitely good.
Cool. All right, guys, we went on for a while. This was a big one. This was a long one. Lots to talk about as always. Guys, Kibble, was there anything else before we finish up?
Listen, we've got merch that we're doing, guys. If you want to play a part of the Brothers Geekout podcast and get a t-shirt or a hat, you can go to Redbubble in the link below. But now I'm putting that money to charity, guys. So whatever kit you get from us, it's gonna go to them. It's gonna go to Palestine. So anything you guys order through Redbubble or TeePublic, that money will get reimbursed and go to charity. So I will do a video of it, of me transferring it, so people know what's going on. But it will go to charity, guys, definitely. Click on the links in our bio. It goes to Gaza Relief, which helps them out in aid over there as well, guys. It's insane how bad it's got over there. We've got loads of things happening next week. We've got the screener for, we've got the UK premiere of Gassed Up, which we've already seen. I'm going to go there. They're going to have the cast members and stuff like that. We've got Bob Marley. Hopefully, I'm still waiting for confirmation for that. If that happens, I'm taking Dad. If they give me the +1, I'm taking Dad. Dad on his first screener. But, you know, he's the guy who introduced us to Bob Marley. We wouldn't have known Bob Marley if it wasn't for Dad, you know. Get Up, Stand Up was his track. It's a track that I still listen to this day. But, you know, a biopic on his life is absolutely amazing. The premiere was last week. His son was down in London. Looks like a great cast. I'm looking forward to it, bro. So that's what's happening next week. Follow us on our social media journey, guys. There's so much happening at the moment. We put stuff up on there. Please forgive me. I'm not consistent at the moment. It's got really busy. There's loads more things happening, but we'll always let you know when there's new episodes out. We've got actor Vincent Jerome from Waterloo Road on our latest Geek Out session, and we talk about a deep dive into the comic book of Daredevil Born Again. And I know we've got the TV series coming out soon and it's in the making, but we read this comic book over one weekend last week. When we spoke about it, we did a deep dive. That episode's out now. He was an actor who was in Transformers, Rise of the Knights. He was an actor that was in Wonder Woman 2, 1984. You know what I mean? So he's an awesome guy. We love geeking out. He's a comic book geek as well. And it's a great episode. Check that out as well, guys. If you can't listen to us, if you can't watch us on YouTube, guys, you can always check us out on Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Podcasts. All right, man. One love, man. As always, guys. Thanks for the love on the channel. Thanks for the love of giving us the time and listen to us. I think it's really important. I mean, I'm even more grateful and even more appreciative because you guys listen to us. You maybe don't agree with us, and you're not meant to, but you listen to our opinions. It means the world to me. So thank you so much for checking us out, as always. One love, man.
One love. Peace.
Peace.
Out.